All right, so this is a video to try to help you get through some of the proofs, okay? The proofs are not real complicated, and the way they're going to work is you are going to be given enough information to be able to tell that the two triangles are congruent using, in this case, they're actually telling you they're going to use SSS or SAS, but basically you're just only going to have to fill in the last piece of information. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Whenever you're given this, you're going to copy it on your own paper, and then you're going to, I didn't copy it really great, but hey, it's close enough, okay? D, C, B. Highly recommend you copy it so that you can mark it up. You can't mark up these. That makes it really hard, okay? I noticed last year when I taught geometry that the kids who were doing much better were the ones that actually copied it down. I had a couple kids just be real stubborn about it, and then it was real tough, to see it. This way, what you could do is you mark it. So it says, let's mark the given with the same color. Okay, BC is congruent to DC. So look, they're telling you BC is congruent to DC. So let's mark it. This is how you mark two sides that are congruent, okay? Then it says AB is congruent to AD. So look, AB is congruent to AD. Now look at this. They're asking you to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Are they? Do you believe it? Hopefully with today's activity, you understand that this is the third side that they share. So this is the side that you share. And this is going to be the reflexive property that I told you that's kind of silly. Okay, it feels silly, but it's important because it belongs to both triangles. Okay, so here we go. Look here. BC is congruent to DC. Right here, it's because it's given. Then AB is congruent. You have to fill in AD because it told you it's given. So you need to go grab it from the givens up there. Okay. Then what I'm marking in a different color is what we figured out. Okay. So AC is congruent to AC. That is called the reflexive property of, think mirror. Okay. Reflexive property of congruency. It's congruency because it's in the middle with the congruency. And then why are the triangles congruent? S, S, S. Okay, it's not meant to be hard. It's just meant for you to start to think, okay, what do I have? What can I figure out? How can I get there? Okay, so take a look. Let's copy it first. Okay. Okay, and that's not really pretty, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be. What has to be is something that you can mark. It's better if it's prettier. I just am not that great with this particular tool. Much better on paper, even on chalkboard. All right, or a whiteboard. Given EF is congruent to GF. So let's mark it. EF is congruent to GF. Okay, DF is congruent to HF. DF is congruent to HF. Obviously, they're not congruent. Okay, but you know what? They're congruent, okay? Now, that's what they gave you. So you're going to be able to go in here and look. EF, you're going to be able to write the givens right here. See? DF, HF. Because they're given. The two givens are going to come first. Then they tell you, look, what do they tell you? DFE is congruent to HFG. DFE. Now, I'm going to change colors on you, and I'm going to trace it. DFE is congruent to HGF. HFG. Whew, freaked me out for a second. HFG. Why are these two angles congruent? Because they're vertical. So vertical angles are congruent. Okay, now the triangles, why? What do we have? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Okay? Let's take a look at the next thing. Okay, again, introduction to proving. Now, this one you have to come up with a proof. So this is not where they're going to give it to you, but it's not as hard as you think. Okay, again, They're going to give you the pieces. I recommend you copy these down. I'm going to mark this one up for speed. Okay, so just copy it down on your paper right now. Okay, you're going to have to fill in the proof and check it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put 1 and 2. They gave us 2 givens. I'm going to put them in immediately. BC is congruent to DC. I'm going to mark it. BC, DC. Given. AB congruent to AD. Be careful, if you don't have the segment on top, you will get it wrong. Given. Okay, so AB congruent to AD. Now you can see that the stuff we're going to have to come up with, we only have to come up with one thing, and that's that that side is equal to itself. So 3 is what you're going to have to come up with. AC is congruent to AC. Why? Reflexive property. Sorry, guys. It's property of congruency. Okay, they might have reflexive property of equality. Don't pick it. Okay, it's congruency. And then the last thing is you have to put the proof. Do we have the proof? Indeed we do. We have side, side, side. So you're going to say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. And that's it. Okay? All right, next. If you want, you can pause it. See if you can come up with your own proof here. Okay? Again, recommend you pull out these triangles, write them on your own paper. I'm going to write the givens in purple. Okay, purple, purple. QR congruent to TR. So QR congruent to TR. PR congruent to SR. Okay, prove. Can you prove it? Yeah. All you need to come up with, I'm changing the color, is this. And why? Because of vertical angles. So in your proof, you're going to list the givens first. Okay, so it's QR congruent to TR given to PR congruent to SR 2 given. Now the only thing you have to state is that angle, be careful with the order, SRT is congruent to, see I went from the 2 to the angle to the 1. So I need to make sure I do it correctly. PRQ. Okay, why? Vertical angles are congruent. Okay, and then lastly, I need to state this. PQR, triangle PQR is congruent to triangle STR. Why? Because of side angle side. SAS. Okay, next. All right, now we're done with the proof piece for a second. Now you need to be able to see if they're congruent. So they're going to try to trick you. They're going to try to see if you have one, if you have the right formula, and secondly, if they're matching the right sides. So take a look. We have one side, and then we go around this way. And then for this one, we're going to have to go around this way. Are they congruent? Yes, they are. Okay, then they want you to state the order. So here they say triangle MNO is congruent to which triangle? MNO. So it went from 2 to none to 1. So we're going to go 2 to none to 1. PQR. Okay, by the what? Angle, side. Okay, by the angle, side property. So that's how you're going to fill this in. Take a look at this one. This one is side, angle, side, right? But look at here. What do we have here? We don't have side, angle, side. We have the wrong angle. We need this angle. So this is not necessarily congruent. And then you're done with that one. Look at this one. Side, angle, side, side, angle, side. They are congruent by side, angle, side. And then you need to match the letters. So it says U, V, so it's the one without any markings, U, V, W, so it's up by 2. So it's going to be X, Y, Z. Okay, just practice that. You'll get better and better at it. All right. Looking at here, if you want to practice it, you can pause now. Okay. All right. Hopefully you tried it. See what you did. Take a look. This one is only a side and an angle. They are not necessarily congruent. It would be up here. Not necessarily congruent. We need some more information. Okay. Here, angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle. They are congruent. And it's going to be, they said A, B, C. So we're going to go D, E, F. Last one. This one is angle, angle, side. It went from 2 to 1 to one little mark. Let's see if we can do the same thing on this one. 2 to 1 to one little mark. Yep, indeed we can. So they are congruent by angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. And M, N, O is congruent to P, Q, R. Keep going back to proofs. Now it's ASA or AAS. Basically, it's the same thing. All it is you're going to have to fill in the pieces part. So first is going to be the given. So this is VT. Easy enough, right? Then they're telling you that RST is congruent to VUT. Why? It's given. Then they're going to tell you, so look, let's mark it up. RT is congruent to VT. VT. Boom. And then RST is congruent to VUT. Now, the only thing you need to figure out is that these two vertical angles are congruent. And that's what's stated right here. RTS, no, they went from RT to S, so we need to go from VTU. VTU, vertical angles property. Oh, they call it a property. Okay, cool. And now, what is the reason? Let's walk around. Angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. Next, if you want to try this on your own, you can. Okay, I'm going to start marking it up. It says RST is a right triangle. Okay, I'm actually going to copy this one because this is a little harder. I don't like that. Okay, so it says R, S, T, V, U. All right, let's see what they gave us. They gave us R, ST is a right angle, and UVT is a right angle. Let's mark it. RST, UVT, right angle. Okay. Then it says ST is congruent to VT. ST, VT. Okay. So question, what else can we figure out? Okay, can we prove that these two triangles are congruent? And yes, we can, because again, we have vertical angles, okay? So given, and then look, RST is equal to UVT. Okay, why are they saying this? RST is congruent to UVT. Okay, the reason why is because they didn't tell you that they were equal to 90. What they told you is that they were a right angle. Okay, see how they had to define both? See how the words match? It says this is a right angle and that is a right angles. So then you're going to say right angles are congruent. All right angles. It might have all. All right angles are congruent. Okay. Now we can say they're congruent. Do you see what I mean? First they said they're right, but we can't say they're congruent. Do you see how it's sometimes the obvious things that are really hard? Okay. It gets even weirder later because sometimes you have to move from congruency to equals, and you have to say that a right angle equals 90, and then you have to say that 90 is equal to 90, so that congruent is, it's weird. I'm just saying, pay attention to the words. Right angle is equal to right angle, right? It's congruent. All right angles are congruent. ST, VT, given. Don't forget the little line. Okay, RTS, now we're getting to the vertical angles. RTS, R, okay, RTS, UTV. UTV, vertical angles property. And then reason why, okay, why is it? It's not HL. Even though we have this, we don't have the hypotenuse. But what do we have? Angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle. And that's why they're congruent. Next. Okay, again, you could stop it if you want. Okay, now you have to come up with a proof. So what I recommend is that you have the one we just did, okay, because it helps with this one. ST, VT, actually it's a little too similar. Sorry, I didn't realize I picked such a similar. So the good thing about having some of these proofs in your pocket, like you've done them, is that you know what to do. Okay, you're going to state all your givens. Then you need to state that angle RST is congruent to angle UVT because all right angles are congruent. Then you'll need to state the vertical angles theorem and then the triangle. Okay, I'm actually not going to do it because this is very much an actual repeat of the one that came before. And here we go. Okay, I think this might be the last one. Indeed it is. Okay, so take a look. We have two triangles. Okay, let's mark what they gave us. ST, UT. ST, UT. SRT, UVT. SRT, UVT. Okay, we got this. What can we figure out? We can figure out this angle right here. Okay. Can we prove it? Yes, by angle, angle, side. See, angle, angle, side as we go around this way. Okay. So you will start with the givens. ST congruent to UT. Given. 2. Angle RST congruent to angle UVT. 2. Given. Then you want to state that the vertical angles theorem. Angle VTU is congruent to, look, VTU is congruent to RTS. I mean RTS. Why? Vertical angles. 4. Triangle RST is congruent to triangle VUT. Why? Angle, angle, side. All right, and that is the help. Hopefully that helps you get through some of these proofs. All right.